Hi everyone, it's Psychic Medium Jojo Mathic here, and in today's video, I'm going to go over a new guided meditation bundle that I've created specifically for you ladies. So yesterday was International Women's Day, and this really inspired me to come up with a bundle package. And I'll be honest, I made it also to help myself. I created it based on some of the blocks I've faced in my own life to help guide me and to help me to have more of a connection with my womb and my feminine and my goddess essence. And what's interesting is the things I go through, some of the blocks I've gone through are very common. So in addition to making this for myself, I wrote down kind of like the key issues and topics that I see women locally and around the world that I work with that are struggling with these different topics and issues, usually tied to the feminine energy, tied to the sacral chakra, the womb chakra, the sacred womb space, healing the witch wound, healing our ability to be sexy and to have pleasure and to be in our intuition and spirituality. So, this is a divine feminine meditation bundle. In it are two meditations. One is my new favorite meditation that I've ever created, which is Witch Wounds Clearing Guided Meditation. It's about an hour and 14 minutes long, but I walk you through literally from the top of your crown, where your witch hat is, your antenna, all the way down your body to help you have awareness of yourself, your emotions, your energy field, your meridians, your portals. So once you have awareness of the energy that's stored in these spaces, you can have a better understanding of what you're creating in the physical from this energy, as everything starts energetically and is birthed into the physical. So specifically, this Witch Wounds guided meditation is all about healing the divine feminine around being spiritual, being magical, being sexy, being a strong communicator, all of those things, being beautiful, all of those things have made the patriarchy very angry and mad and frustrated. And for thousands of years, women have been persecuted, ostracized, abused, tortured, their children taken from them, homes burnt down, jailed, imprisoned, all for being a spiritual woman, all for being someone that is a truth teller and a truth seeker, someone that is connected to the earth and wants to heal herself and her family from herbs and food and prayer. This goes against the church. This goes against the patriarchy. And so a lot of us are left today with witch wounds, and we may not even identify as a witch. I don't necessarily identify as a witch, but I know I have witch wounds. And this meditation has helped me to see a lot of my shadow regarding this topic. So, this is going to be a powerful meditation for you if you're trying to reclaim your power, your intuitive connection, if you're trying to reclaim your authenticity. Maybe you're tired of just skipping to the beat of someone else's drums, or you're tired of praying to a God outside of you or this masculine male God. You're trying to raise your consciousness and reclaim your truth. This is the perfect meditation for you. So you're going to want to do it when you can be uninterrupted, because again, it's over an hour long. We're running through all of your chakras. We're clearing, we're downloading activations that help you to remove blocks, to reconnect with your power and your truth, your guides, and the divine goddess. So this is a super powerful meditation that I'm super happy to offer and share with any woman that comes across this offer. I think you're really going to like it. And I know, like I said, many of my clients are struggling with fertility, that are struggling with relationships, money blocks, fibroids, hysterectomies, cysts. I mean, hormone imbalances, the list goes on. So this is really a powerful meditation that can help almost nearly any woman that may be struggling right now in some capacity to see their truth. Another meditation that's included in this bundle is a womb portal chakra activation. So I call your womb chakra portal, whether you have a uterus, or this will also speak to women that have maybe had a hysterectomy, you still have this portal. You still have this womb portal. And I help you to connect with it and have awareness of it. I help you to connect with your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, your uterus, so that you can get into your feminine essence. So you can learn your medical intuitive ability and learn how to listen to yourself. You can send healing to yourself, and you can send healing to her. And for those that this speaks to that are maybe trying to conceive and connect with their spirit babies, this will help you to create a portal of entry between your physical and the baby, which that's what a woman is. A woman is a portal of connection between the soul and the body, the spiritual realm and flesh. And that's something that AI can never really create. We can, you know, create artificial wombs, but we as humans are crafted specifically to be the bearers and the portals of the entry of the soul. And I'm not quite sure if that is something that can really be artificially created. So hone into your divinity. If you're looking to reprogram your mind and maybe decolonize your mind, and your womb you feel is under attack, your femininity is under attack, you're tired of, wearing clothes that you feel like repress you or oppress you because someone else says that women shouldn't dress this way, or Christians shouldn't dress this way, or holy women shouldn't dress some way. This is a great meditation for you to reconnect with your sacred portal of connection between you in the spirit realm, souls, baby souls that want to come through to you and through you, and new life. And we can look at this symbolically too. Maybe you aren't trying to have children or bring forward a spirit baby. Maybe you're just trying to birth a creation from your mind and something that's inspiring you, a new business, a new opportunity, new love partner. You're trying to connect more with your soulmate that you want in your life. You're tired of being single, or it's time to cuddle up with someone. So this is a really powerful meditation for you to connect into that divinity portal that's within you. Now, I also included my ebook just because it's super transformative. I recommend this ebook to all of my clients because this book shows you how to ground yourself, clear your home, crystal grid. It tells you about your Merkaba. It talks about manifestation, divine timing, karma. It's so good. So the ebook is included in this package, and I highly recommend it if you are trying to seek answers. This will kind of help you to stop looking outward, and it'll teach you how to look within for these answers. I also included 2 frequency portraits that are enlaced with light codes. They're frequencies that will help you if you have it as like the screensaver on your phone or on your computer or laptop. Every time you look at these frequencies, it will help to kind of bring you into the right hemisphere trance-like state and frequency of attraction. And they're designed with the intention in mind to help raise your frequency and help you to feel a sense of joy when you look at these frequencies that will remind you of the womb, the yoni space, the divine feminine goddess, so that you can consistently remind yourself and reprogram your mind to align with your truth versus the programs that have been instilled in you through the church or the colony regarding being a divine feminine goddess. Okay, so I'm super happy to share this with you. In this video, I do kind of want to share a little bit, to get a little bit more personal about healing the witch wound. So I do have some notes here I want to share about my own personal journey and how important it is to heal the witch wound if you are going into the healing arts. Because I will say that I knew immediately when I was called into this work that this is the work I wanted to do. It was a calling by spirit that I wanted to honor. There was no doubt in my mind, regardless of the journey or the mountains ahead. I was so ready to go and embark on this journey. What I had to journey through within me, though, is this huge pathway, this huge journey in this forest of unfolding different wounds, not only from this life, but from past lives that have been still with me, energetic patterns and codes that are embedded in the subconscious that have dictated my physical reality and caused blocks. And so a lot of these wounds are around me being authentically me wanting to talk about spirituality, me wanting to break away from religious constructs. It caused a lot of turmoil within me. Although my heart was saying one thing, it was like my womb was saying another. It was like there wasn't this congruency between my heart and my womb and my heart and my mind. And so healing the witch wound is something that is continual for me because it's so deeply embedded that I haven't allowed myself in my full power, um, because of different traumas and conversations and repression that I face from people I love in this life and past lives. So when I look at me growing into this healing arts business and learning how to maximize my prosperity in the healing arts and becoming more stable with myself, my mind, my abilities, my business. Healing the witch wound is where spirit has guided me. So I want you to understand something about truth. Truth is relative. We give the symbology of a building. If you're on the first floor and you look out the window, you're going to see a view, right? It's the truth, what you see. You are seeing outside. If you go on the second floor, though, are you going to see the same view as you would on the first floor? No. But on the second floor, it's still the truth. What you're seeing on the second floor out that window is indeed the truth of what is actually outside in space. Let's say you go to the 10th floor of that building. Is your view going to be the same as it is on the first floor, second floor, or floor? No. But you're still seeing the truth. So truth is relative, and that's very, very hard for us to grasp in this human third dimensional construct and mindset. Why? The church says there's one truth, one God, my way or burn in hell, right? So it's deeply embedded that there's only this one truth. It's perspective. Let's say you're on the corner of this house. What's your view going to be? Different than it is on the fifth floor, but it's still the truth. And then let's stand in the back far right side of the building and see a view of what's outside. Is that not the truth of what you see from that angle? So it's perspective. And when you're healing the witch wound, that's one of the first things you're going to have to understand and deprogram your mind about is that truth is relative. So maybe you've been putting on this mask or this front or this high voice over here and a low voice over here, or wearing certain clothes around certain people and different clothes around someone else and acting this way around someone and different around someone else because you notice that you're trying to conform to different perspectives of truth. And a lot of times, if we have a witch wound, we've been shamed or persecuted. So there's an embedded fear to not fit in, to not conform. So we, as you know, healers, divine women, goddesses, we witches, we put on all of these different hats and faces to protect ourselves for survival. So if you're trying to undo all of that and find what is true to you, you have to understand that truth is relative. It's the first part of reclaiming your power back. Okay. The next point I want to talk about is how do you step into your truth when it's deemed as dark? This was a big problem for me. Like I said, I was so passionate about going into this, but subconsciously, everyone in my family was telling me what I was doing is demonic. And if I open the door to certain family members today, they'll still tell me what I'm doing is demonic. You know, I help clear people. Okay, so there was this lack of congruency within my heart and brain, my womb and heart and brain in regards to my work and my passion. So how did I learn to step into my truth? Although all I've seen and has been programmed in me is that my truth is dark, is demonic, is wrong, and in certain faiths can be persecuted. In many faiths, people like me burn in hell for being in my truth. So, how do you do that? How do you say, I want to go on this path in the healing arts? Or maybe you just want to learn how to tap into more like holistic medicines to help yourself or your kids. Or maybe you want to spice up your prayers with more ritualistic, you know, uh, things to do, that tools that may seem like a spell that heals you or opens doors for you or that connects you even more with the divine. Maybe you want to get into divination. But how do you do that when everything around you is saying, don't do it? It's dark. How do you do that? It's really going to come not only from a passion, it's a conviction. And you have to see that building metaphor and you have to get on the top floor. You have to get in the higher consciousness because you have to understand that people that are in this herd mentality is really a cult like mentality. And that bleeds into family dynamics that we all have to be doing the same thing. And how dare you step aside and you must think like us and do like us or else I'll get angry and I have permission to be angry towards you for it. There's this divide. They're at the basement in the consciousness level. They're down here. They're not up here in the bird's eye view on the 12th floor. Okay. And there's depth to your consciousness the more you rise in your consciousness. So it's a tough battle, and why many people don't embark on the journey of finding their truth or healing their witch wounds or becoming spiritual. Okay. Because it's going to require you to see that the people that have instilled this information on you are down here in consciousness. And it's okay to get to the top floor and see a broader perspective, more rooted in unconditional love and a heightened truth, because there's truth here, but there's a higher truth. And once you can see that and you become convicted in it, that's your go ahead to being you, to knowing thyself, to finding one's true essence and walking in it, and not caring about other people's judgments of you, walking around with your head held high because you're not looking for other people's validation or judgment. It doesn't matter. You understand that the basement floor holds a lot of people. And on the top of the penthouse holds a few. Both have truth. Where do you want to be? Okay. So you're going to have to do a lot of hypnosis, subconscious reprogramming, and just seeing a heightened truth, and that truth is relative. And you have to go for it. And I think that an internal calling, us as women, we just know. We just know that like our path is to do tarot, or our path is like something's calling me to do mediumship. There's something in me, angels are calling me to lay hands on people and help them to heal. Whatever that is, it's a knowing. And you know it's divine, and you know it's pure, and you know it's love. So conviction is a journey. Now, for me personally, healing the witch wound is I had to really work on my relationship with spirit to the 12th floor. I had to understand, and I still am working through this. I say any of my blocks today are really rooted in Christianity, and I grew up a lot in the Catholic Church too. A lot of the suffering I've been through is tied to my view of God, heart chakra. In the Christian faith, there is this judgment, and from the judgment is a punishment. I will tell you, God has me in the Bible Belt right now. If I were to tell a woman what I do, you'll see a change night and day. People will turn away from me. They will stop the conversation with me when they find out what I do. They'll look at me out of the side of their eye. I had somebody tell me, I was working with a team when I was selling diamonds. snapped on me over something and said, "Everybody told me to look out for you, that you're way far out there." Just randomly, just demon came out. And that's what happens a lot of times with high vibrational people. Our energy brings out people's dark side. So women like me get labeled as dark, demonic, witchy. I'm going to hell. I need to be converted. I need to put more clothes on. I need to cover up my tattoos and my piercings. I'm not holy because of that, right? Um, Look out for this person. They're too far out there. They're scary. They're going down the wrong path. All of this is a lot. It's a lot for one woman to bear. And so I will encourage any ladies that are drawn to this video, it's by divine chance, it's fate that you're hearing this message. You're not alone, although you're called into a place to be alone. This is something that women have been dealing with for thousands of years. And a lot of us are still carrying that wound and that toxicity and that division and that hatred, because that's fundamentally what it is. I remember talking to a nurse. I babysat for this woman. She has like 5 kids. I babysat and nannied all of them when I was younger. And I was walking, and this was when I was residing in my hometown for a little bit. And I ran into her outside of her house. I was walking by, and we stopped and we talked. I mean, I nannied this woman's kids. She's cool. Her kids loved me. Like, and she's a nurse now. And I studied biology, and so we're vibing. And then I tell her that I'm a medium and I want to open a healing arts, office. And okay, and she ran. She just went right inside. This is what it's like being an authentic spiritual woman in this day, and what Christianity has done to our relationships between us and women, and even with men. It's disgusting if you go on these apps. And I saw a show where there was a guy, and he was like, he passed on a woman because she wasn't a Christian. And he was like, F no. Like, that's what Christianity does. That's the division. And I think that a lot of us are seeing it. And what you'll see, if the people aren't in 2025 still following this religion, you're going to see people go very dark, because it is dark. And there's enough resources for people to free themselves from these chains in these days, and they just at this point refuse to. So it's really hard to walk in your truth when it's deemed as dark, but you can do it. And the more you raise your frequency, a lot of times people go into spirituality, and these women, they fall back into the Christianity, because when they wake up, they see how dark it is. You're supposed to transform it, and you get through it to a higher level, level 12 of the house. And that's where your soul tribe is. That's where your most authentic self is, that attracts you to the soulmate. You're like, why haven't I found my soulmate yet? Because you're not in your residence of your truth yet. Because you still have darkness to clear and transform, because you still have to let go of things, and you still have to find peace in your heart, in your body, in your sexuality, in your creativity. Can you allow yourself that journey? So stepping into conviction of a role that is deemed dark is a journey. And I think where I was going with the punishment mindset, this leads into so many different areas of your life if you believe that God is going to burn people in hell. I think it's a mental illness at this point, but it will bleed into your relationships. It'll bleed into how you handle money. It'll bleed into how you view other people. It'll bleed into even just how you feed yourself. Do you feed yourself with nourishment or punishment? Or, it's all a vibration and frequency, and punishment is not the way. Punishment is something we do to ourselves. If we go through hard times on earth, God isn't punishing us. A lot of times our karma we choose. So that's been the hardest thing for me to heal the witch wound, is to stop punishing myself, and to stop thinking that God is punishing me when I take a path, or when I make a wrong turn, or, things aren't always working out. I think that's been the hardest thing for me to reprogram within myself. And I think also another thing that women struggle with is we as the witches. Okay. We are very nurturing. That's the feminine essence, is a very nurturing energy. I've noticed by doing this meditation recently, this is a more recent discovery and why I want to share with you and how powerful this meditation is. I realized, I think I forget where I was at in my body, but it was shown to me from my spirit that, probably in my heart, I am such a nurturing woman. Like, you can ask my family, like, I love to take care of kids, old people, like disabled, special needs, like other women. I love to nurture. I love to cook for people. I love to bake for people. And I love when they love my stuff that I cook for them or bake for them. I love it. Someone's sick, I have good bedside manners. I love to nurture. And one of the wounds that was unfolded from this meditation is that I've fallen back on that side, that feminine essence of myself, because the nurturing that I was giving wasn't being reciprocated back to me. So, what is integrity? Integrity is showing up and giving when no one is looking. And I say this to just humbly explain like some of the things I go through. It's like I had to kind of check myself and say, I can't harden myself because it's not reciprocated. I have to keep giving. I have to keep being in that nurturing nature. This is what the world needs. This is what my family, my friends, this is what I'm here to give. And even though it's not coming back to me, it doesn't mean I stop or block myself or get an attitude or feel. I think what I've felt is not good enough when nurturing isn't reciprocated back to me. That's the way I psychologically have been imprinted with this witch wound, this repression of the feminine nurture self, archetypal energy. So that's something that I have vowed to myself as of more recently this week to become more nurturing. Now, some of my clients say you're very nurturing, but in my life, this is just me being honest of something that I want to continue to get back into because I feel like I used to be more nurturing, and now I want to develop it even on a deeper level. Okay, so the feminine energy is a nurturer. I've known this, but this meditation brought it to my awareness again more recently that I had dimmed my light to fit in or to appease someone else subconsciously. I'm doing my own thing. A part of me was holding myself back because when you get to the solar plexus in this meditation, I explain a lot of us witchy women, things we like to do, our hobbies are like gardening and making foods and prayers and spells and rituals and meditations and all of that. That's where we find joy. Well, to the church and to the patriarch, that might be deemed as dark or demonic. So we dim our joy, we dim our power so that we can fit in. We can't do that anymore. You have to reclaim your power and follow your joy, your bliss. A lot of times it is tied to those more earthy spiritual habits or rituals that we haven't been allowed to do or we die. Okay. Also, in the solar plexus, I will help you to understand power struggles. So, if we look at health in general as a medical intuitive, the power dynamic within your body and how it's progressed or processed, held, is a major contribution to your health and your well being. We are here to be empowered. And if you have relationships that are causing power struggles, meaning someone's intimidated by you, which is very often a thing for witchy women. People are intimidated by us. I have a podcast, Pretty Prophetess. People don't know what to think of that, you know? So it makes people sometimes they have their guard up. And what that does is a power struggle. It's a subconscious means of getting the power of this woman. A lot of men also that are sociopaths and narcissists that attract to women like me as an empath will notice a woman, me, is confident and will not receive her love or my love because that lowers her power. And that's something that's very complicated that a lot of women deal with is the men in their lives are jealous, intimidated, or not aware of how they are not empowering their women, and they're more so taking their power and limiting it for control and for their own power grabs. That won't work as a powerful goddess or witch or spiritual woman or mother. Okay. You have to have relationships with people that honor your power and strengthen your power, that are not jealous or envious of you. It will never work. And that includes men, ladies. Okay. So another thing with the witch wound is I had consistent guilt for being estranged from my family. I've talked to clients about this on a journey with JoJo that I've gotten close with. The immense amount of guilt and shame that I felt from being estranged from my family has held me back and blocked me up in so many different areas that I've had to come to peace with. And I don't think there's ever like a time in your life if you're grieving someone that's alive, it just like they're always there. There's no closure. It's very painful. And I've allowed myself to sit with these moments and to process the energy. It's a grief of someone that's still living. It's a grief. And I've had to do a lot of journeying of my soul and mind to get a place and get it right. I would call it like feel right, feel okay, to not carry this baggage of guilt or shame because of me taking a stance, me setting boundaries, me doing what's right for me. Okay. So that's something that you're going to have to look into. Healing your witch wound is a lot of relationship healing, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of cord cutting, and a lot of letting go and eliminating or transcending the shame, the guilt, and the regret. I think a lot of time women, we get this justifiable anger too, trying to stand up for us, ourselves, our truth, our voice. And what I've learned, and I explain this to my clients a lot of times, is like, well, you have to be careful with karmic relationships because even if you're living a life of service, you're a light worker, and this person cussed you out and called you all types of names and betrayed you, and they really deserve to get their ass handed back to them, and you go and do that, you're going to feel a karmic kickback. It's only going to hurt you. So we have a responsibility as women with our communication style and how we react, regardless of the people that persecute us or label us or want to believe that we're going to burn in hell and that we don't have a brighter light than them. We have to be mindful of what we're giving into this universe, especially if you're a powerful divine woman. Okay, so I've had to learn that the hard way. It's like all these people, they deserve to get their ass handed back to them, and I do it, and then I pay. Okay, you have to have this responsibility in your power and how you are responding emotionally. So those are some of the big things that I wanted to share with everybody. Hope this isn't too long here, but I just wanted to kind of just get a little bit real and personal with you guys and how healing the witch wound is a freaking journey that is raw and real. And when you get to the other side of it and you're in your power unapologetically, that's when you soar. That's when you can really root your vision and make it manifest into the physical with no, it's about it. Okay. So again, my name is JoJo Empathic from jojoempathic.com. I'm a psychic medium, medical intuitive. And if you are interested in this divine feminine meditation bundle, you can purchase it right on my website under the meditation and ebooks tab. It's an instant download. So you'll have all of the files right there. I also offer readings and healings as well as spiritual development sessions that can help you to become empowered to do this yourself without relying on someone else to tell you what is and what's truth and help you to get to that 12th floor. Okay. Hope you have a wonderful evening or day whenever you're watching this. Okay. Bye bye.